Guys, what's up? So in today's video we're gonna talk about how I created this cover art in Photoshop, and I will show you the entire layer breakdown of this project step by step. So watch this video carefully, and guys, I will also provide all the asset that is used in this poster in the description for free, so you can download it from there, right? So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Okay, so this is the project file that we have, right? Okay, so you can see this is a plain black background, right? So we have to add something there, right? So I've added a texture. Okay, so you can see this is a concrete wall texture, right? You can get it from anywhere, and also I will provide all the assets in the description so you can download it easily, right? So you don't have to go anywhere, right? You can download it directly from the drive link. Okay, after that I've added this background, right? Okay, so you can see this is a fire and coal background, right? So after that I've added a gradient here. Okay, the title was Guns and Roses. So this was the initial title that I have added, and I will show you the fonts, right? So you can see this is the font Dharma Punk. You can get it from DA font, right? So this was kind of a stencil font, right? And the background was clearly visible from this area, right? So I don't wanted that because the background is dark and now the font is not very readable, right? So we have to make it readable, pop to our eyes, right? I've added a layer beneath this text layer, right? You can see a white layer. Okay, so when I off this layer, you can see this is just a plain rectangle that is made by a paint brush, right? White paint brush. I've painted something like this so that we can get this effect, right? So now this is looking very readable, right? And the theme of the track was Guns and Roses. So I have to make something like this so that this complements that design properly, right? I was not very happy with this font. What I have done, so I was not very satisfied with this font. So what I have done here, I just merged this layer and this layer, right? And just converted into smart object app. Then I choose the wrap option, and then I just deform this layer, and this is looking way better than the plain text, right? So now I have added a end text. Okay, so now you can see the fire is coming from this area. Okay, so what I have done, I have just created a layer and clipped it down with this layer, this text layer. I painted a light with yellow color. So you can see this is getting something like this, so that it shows that the light is coming from this part and falling into the text layer, right? So that it can get a 3D look. Okay. So after that, I've added a gun PNG, right? So this is AK-47 gun. You can see, as you can see, I have placed it something like this, right? Then I created a layer and clipped it down from this layer, clipped it with this part by using Alt, and created some shadows here, right? And let me just quickly explain how I created this shadow, right? So I created a layer and clipped it with Alt by pressing Alt, and make a clipping mask of this layer with this gun PNG. Then I choose the brush tool and the color of it is black, right? Then I make sure that the size is something like this, not very large, and the hardness is 0%, right? We can play with the opacity also, and then I just painted over there, right? We are getting some nice shadows here, right? So that's how I created this shadow. So you can see before shadow and after creating the shadows, right? This is looking way better, right? So after that, I have added a gradient and just clipped it over there, right? So that we can get some darker tone here. Okay. So after that, I have added a rose PNG. Okay, so this is looking something like this. Then I created a layer that we created earlier in this gun, right? After that, I have created some highlights over there, because you can see there is a source of light coming from there, and we have to fall some lights over there, right? So that we have to create some lights here. Okay, same process, you just have to change the color into yellow, right? Then you can paint it over this area. Okay, and then we have added a clipping mask of gradient, okay, so that this area becomes darker. And then one thing I have done here, we have just created some lights with a brush tool. You can clearly see there, right? Before lights, after lights. So this light is making a huge difference. Right? So let me tell you how to create glow here, right? You just have to duplicate this layer by pressing Ctrl J. Okay, you will get a duplicate, and then you will get a duplicate, right? Then you have to go to the filter option and blur option, and you have to select motion blur, and then you have to choose this angle, right? you have to create levels, right? And then clip it with this layer, and you just have to drag the sliders according to your image, right? Is we have to just blend it with screen or lighten, right? And then we can just decrease the opacity according to your need. After that, I merged all this layer by pressing control shift alt plus E, right? So you can see, then I have done some color grading there, right? So you can see this is a little bit of color grading here. After that, then I added all the credits and text, right? These are the credits and text. And then we have added some scratch overlay. This is a corner texture, right? You can see, right? So you can see this is the final poster, and I hope you like this video. And if you have any doubt, or if you want some, so you can just simply comment down what you want and what your doubts are. I'll make the video as soon as possible, right? And you can follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Zitu Or if you have any queries related to editing, you can just DM me on my Instagram. I will answer your questions, right? So this is it for today. I hope you like this video, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching, guys.